Now it's time to introduce the voices of LEDA scholars. We will start by introducing a Cohort 3 scholar called Jessica Reyes. Cohort 3, wow, that's a while back, considering Cohort 12 over here, so I don't really know what LEDA was back then, but I'm sure it was the great place it is now.
Please welcome future Dr. Jessica Reyes.
Again, I'm Jessica Reyes, Cohort 3 scholar. I want to start by dedicating this speech to Jack Rivkin and in loving memory of Jack Rivkin, LEDA board member, my mentor, and friend. I remember when I first heard about LEDA. I was a sophomore in high school, and I was at a crossroads. I grew up in a single-parent household in the Bronx, New York, where I experienced poverty and abuse. At the time, my sister was in the throes of addiction, and she had recently had a child. I was considering leaving school to work to support my family. So when a teacher told me about a LEDA presentation, I could have never imagined how much that day would change the trajectory of my life. I remember leaving that presentation feeling as though a world of opportunities had suddenly come into the horizon. Suddenly, my dreams of going to college and ultimately becoming a doctor became more tangible. I applied and was elated when I discovered that I would be a scholar. So I started taking classes and receiving SAT prep through LEDA. I also started taking classes at the local community college while working full-time to support my family. Many things in my life were still difficult, but I had a glimmer of hope for the future, and this really fueled my desire to work harder. When I attended the Aspects of Leadership Summer Institute at Princeton, I was really excited to learn about the college preparatory process. But I would soon learn that LEDA was teaching us about so much more than just college. I particularly remember morning meetings when scholars were asked to stand, read, and interpret quotations about leadership. For many of us, it was the first time we had been asked to stand up and state our opinions before a room full of people. And one particular quotation by Will Durant really stuck with me. "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." And this quotation was so empowering to me because it iterates that leadership and excellence must be cultivated, and we have to actively choose to be our best selves despite our circumstances. I grew immensely that summer and developed tools that I continue to use to this day. Beyond aspects, LEDA would come to play a major role in so many aspects of my life. When I struggled with standardized testing, LEDA provided preparation. When I feared the college admission process, LEDA helped me get into Dartmouth College. When I could not imagine how my family could afford college, LEDA helped me to secure the Gates Millennium, Coca-Cola, and Seinfeld scholarships. And it was through LEDA that I had the opportunity to get to know Jack and Jack Rivkin, who would soon become my mentors and champions. The two of them made an immense difference in my life. From opening their hearts and homes, to taking me on a college tour across the country, to dropping me off and moving me into college. The two made me feel as if anything was possible. They got to know my family and allowed me to get to know theirs. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have gotten to know them. And I share all of this with you tonight to say that individuals can make a huge impact in a young person's life. Today, I am a year and a half away from becoming a doctor. And I intend to incorporate excellence, integrity, compassion, and community, LEDA's core principles, into my practice of medicine and my life. Members of the organization invested in me, helped me get a foot in the door, and provided me with resources to succeed. I hope I have shed some light on the importance of an organization like LEDA on the lives of hundreds of scholars. Many of us want to succeed, but we are struggling against a lifetime of barriers. And so with that, I want to thank you all for being here tonight, and I hope you're inspired by some of the stories that you hear. Thank you.